it's Michelle Wilson, and I'm excited to be here again for the fourth in the series of coping skills from the therapist toolbox. And I have kind of a little Valentine's gift for you. We're going to talk about something really neat that you can do for yourself, for self-care, self-love. It's going to be really fun. And this is the second in the series where I'm going to describe a DBT skill. And that comes from dialectical behavioral therapy. Some of you may have seen the video that Lady Gaga did with Oprah recently, and she talked about DBT and how much it's helping her. So back about almost 25 years ago, I created and ran an eating disorders program in a hospital, and I used a lot of DBT skills. Hello. And so DBT was kind of invented or founded by a woman named Marsha Linehan, who worked with a lot of women who had borderline personality disorder, which meant they had a lot of self-harming behaviors, suicidal ideation, cutting, very unstable relationships. And so she developed a whole body of work that's just amazing. And it was so helpful for my clients with eating disorders, with depression. And then when I started up a mother's group, I started up mothers of preschoolers back in my church in New Hampshire, probably almost 20 years ago. I thought moms need to know these skills too. So I'm just reminded again, we all need as many skills as possible, things that can help calm our nervous system, things that can boost our mood. And I'm especially feeling passionate lately just because I've been so just saddened and heartbroken over too many young people who are ending their lives. And so I just want to keep the dialogue going about mental health issues, about coping skills that we all should know. They don't teach these things in school. So to move on, we're going to talk about DBT, and one of the elements of dialectical behavior therapy is distress tolerance. We all have distress in our life. And then with the women that Marsha Linehan was working with, they might have felt something on a scale of 0 to 10, something that might have been upsetting to us at about a 2 or a 4 if we're feeling pretty emotionally stable. To these clients, patients, it would feel really overwhelming. They didn't have good skills to tolerate distress. So one of the components for distress tolerance is self-soothing, and to self-soothe with all 5 senses. So what I would do in the eating disorder program, we had people who were inpatient and people who were day treatment, and I got to create really cool groups of all types. I loved that work. And so what we did was we had everyone create a crisis survival kit. That was the name from DBT. I sometimes prefer to call it, a soothing box, a boost your mood box, a feeling good box, whatever people wanted to call it, if it was their own special nurturing self-care box. So I'm going to show you what the kind of things we put in there. So first of all, it's really cool to get a beautiful box. You know, so many of the craft stores or even Target have these beautiful decorated boxes. And we used to get plain ones and have the clients decorate them themselves like a collage. So I would put things in here that would be soothing for all 5 senses. So right on the top here, a little tea. Sometimes that's very soothing. Here's yogi green tea, or you could put even a whole little assortment of fruity flavors. One thing that we always gave to the clients as they came in and were new into the eating disorders program, we'd give them a box of crayons, and we'd give them one of these little activity coloring books that we could find at the dollar store, because sometimes it's just a fun childhood thing to get back to coloring. It can be very relaxing, very therapeutic, so giving them tools so they could create some art. I actually, at the bottom of this, I have a huge stack of thank you cards from my clients, so you could put things in here that just boost your mood. So this is for vision. Now this box has been sort of set on a shelf for a long time, but I have some pictures of when my kids were little. So things for vision that can just boost your mood, make you feel good, happy memories. Some of the other things in here I have, so some doTERRA essential oils. If you want to know more about these, you can see Jen Heptonstall, who's in the group, or Miss Kyle, who's new to the group. So I have Cheer, which is an emotional blend, this Rose Rollerball, which is delicious smelling. I also like to use Wild Orange a lot too. So things that are soothing to scent, these can really boost the mood, and of course essential oils do more than just smell good. They actually can have healing properties. And then one of the things for touch and smell, I have this beautiful lotion that was given to me by Liz Rutledge. Thank you, I love the smell of this. So just something kind of nice for yourself to, put some lotion on your hands, put some lotion on your body, something that smells good. Of course, it wouldn't be complete without some chocolate. Here's a pretty little, you can make it festive for yourself. So these are some little dark chocolate hearts in a pretty little bag. We would usually give the clients some tea or gum. I like peppermint gum when I'm feeling sleepy. It kind of wakes me up. Or bubblegum, childhood smell, sometimes that's fun and can boost your mood. We'd often give them a lollipop. And in the psychiatric hospital where I worked, they also had little packs of graham crackers and saltines. And the reason we would put those in there is because if you have a little snack of just carbohydrate, it actually can boost the serotonin in your brain. So we hear a lot about, like, you want to make sure you have your protein, don't have too many carbs, but actually having just carbs by themselves once in a while can boost the serotonin. It's like a little shot of natural Prozac, helps your body manufacture the feel good, feel calm neurotransmitter in your brain. So for some of the clients who are bulimic, it was really helpful for them to just be okay with having a snack of a carbohydrate and then wait and sit, and then the urge would often pass. I have some fun little fidgety toys. We would encourage people to sometimes put in a favorite CD, but of course now we all have music on our phone, whether it's Spotify. So for sound, you may want to just even go on YouTube and find a relaxing guided imagery to listen to. Just there are so many choices available to us now. So those are some things in my box. I have a few things next to the box too that I wanted to show you. One of our favorite things in our family for self-soothing, this is called a bed buddy or a rice sock. This is like a nice big fat one. Some of ours are long and skinny and striped or polka dotted. We have a whole basket of these, and it's just filled with rice. We put it in the microwave and it's nice and warm. And my kids have always found these really comforting if they're sick, if anybody had growing pains, anybody had cramps, the longer ones we can put around the back of our neck, but it's really nice and self-soothing. So here's a little craft project for you. We actually used to make these for teacher gifts every Christmas. We'd go out and find fun patterned fuzzy socks and then take a paper cup, cut the hole out of the bottom, put it in the top, and then buy a big huge bag of white rice from Walmart, and then use the paper cup as a funnel, pour it in until, you gotta kind of squish it down. And again, this is fatter than most of them, but this is the one I was using just a little bit ago. So great for cold weather. Kids often take one or two to their beds. They have their favorite ones. And then if the sock is long enough, you could just tie it off at the top, or you can tie it with a ribbon. So this is just a nice, fun, self-soothing comfort. Even when my kids didn't need it for comfort or cold, it's just, there's something nice about it. My son likes the weight of it, and so do I. So there's another thing for touch. When you first make it, it is a kind of moist heat and will smell kind of like baking bread. Eventually, we use ours over and over and over. I might change out the rice about once a year, but we use them a lot. So another thing, candle. You can put a little candle in there. This is a beautiful one, self-love candle. It smells like roses, and it has some little rose quartz crystals on the bottom. So of course you can get really fancy candles. And then a few more things. Pardon my getting my supplies. So in the psych hospital, and also in my private practice that I had outside of Boston for more than 15 years, I would do a lot with index cards. We'd use the index cards to have clients write positive affirmations, write Bible verses, write all kinds of things, and keep these in their special self-care, self-soothing box. So you could do a lot with these. They could draw on them, decorate them. We would have them put them out at meal times because that was usually the hardest time of their day. I also have a little shout out to Stacy Cunningham. Stacey Cunningham, those of you who are in Polka Dot Powerhouse or have heard her speak, may know that she gives out these little, they're really soft and fuzzy on one side. This is my warrior blanket. It gives me comfort and courage to overcome any obstacle. I am fierce. And at the bottom, she has a verse, perfect love expels all fear. So you may have something just little, a little stuffed animal, something that's soft. You may remind yourself that, hey, you might want like a cozy, soft blanket. Other things for touch, someone gave me a while ago a gift of these little, they're all little stones, but they're kind of in the worry stone shape. So if you're someone who likes to fidget or having something smooth in your hand to play with, if that helps ground you, these are great to have. Any other crystal that's like, I like this one, it's a good solid shape. It's kind of fun to have in my hand. If you have rosary beads or mala beads, these can be nice too, whether you're saying prayers with the different beads or whether it just feels good to play with them a little bit and have them tune in. Of course, prayer and meditation is a fantastic way to calm ourselves down, to connect with a source of unconditional love and support, knowing that we don't have to be alone. So here's for touch, and I have something else for sound. My daughter and I each have one of these. I won't say I'm an expert in doing them, but if you have a singing bowl at home, I got these from the Crystal Garden in Evergreen. The sound, I don't know all the science behind it, but it's very healing. So some of you can pop on if you know why or how, or you're an expert in it. And I think the different notes also correspond with healing different chakras. But in any case, it can just be very healing. There's another one for sound. So I encourage you to think about making your own self-care box, a little Valentine's present for yourself. Have everything in one place. If you do have a day where your mood is just low, or you've heard some bad news, or you're teaching your kids, you know, from 2-year-old up to college age and beyond, we all can use things that are self-soothing for all 5 of our senses. So let me know, comment below if you like this idea, comment below if you have some other ideas that are self-soothing for you that would be great that we can put in a box. You know, some things like looking at a sunset, we don't always have access to that, but if you have a beautiful picture with a memory of a vacation, of a sunset, or your loved ones, put that in the box. So again, this is number 4 in the video series. Go back and watch the other 3 if you haven't seen them yet. Comment below if you liked it. And again, I talked to you about the second DBT skill, self-soothing, which helps us tolerate distress. So let me know what you think. Have a fantastic Valentine's week, Valentine's Day. Be kind to yourself. And I'm just sending you lots of love. So grateful to have all of you guys. All right, take care. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.